Doing a live. Doing a live stream. Whoa, doing a live. Oh, doing a live stream. Whoa, doing a live. Waiting for live streams to come alive. Doing a live stream. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. Doing a live. Doing a live stream. Oh, oh. I'm lying. Type your questions. Type away. Type your questions. Type your comments. Type your questions. Oh, hi, Kitsune Calamity. Hello. Good evening. Right now it is it's a Wednesday around 8 p.m. here in Vancouver. Shahed Shitewi. Hey. Darwin C. Hello! Welcome to the live stream where I answer your questions or comments or whatever you want me to talk about while I practice my guitar or play my guitar for you guys. So we're doing a live stream. Uh-oh. So, I need to explain. Well, I have gum in my mouth first. I chew because it builds saliva, strengthens my jaw, and helps me think. But other than that, first thing I need to bring up is why I haven't uploaded anything this week yet is because I was at the pool and I was trying to film flip turns for you guys, how to do them, as well as diving. But the footage didn't turn out right. So I can't use the footage, can't upload it. It looks horrible, the angles. You can't see anything. It's just a dark blob in front of you. So had to scrap that. You gotta go back into the water and film it again. Better angles, better lighting, and all that. And yeah, it's just when you have a GoPro, like I don't know if you noticed, but if you do have a GoPro, you know, especially me, I have a Session 5. There's no monitor, so you can't see what the GoPro sees. It's only afterwards, or unless you have Bluetooth. But who uses Bluetooth in the water? I mean, I'm not gonna use that my smartphone in the water to preview. No. So, is your hair naturally curly? What do you think? By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but I got a pretty orangey tan because I've been outside lately. I've been working out at the beach, doing street workouts a lot, and just injuring myself. Tusif Zaman, hello, greetings from India. Hello, greetings. I'm new. What got you into swimming? Okay, what got me into swimming? My mom got me into swimming. She forced me into swimming. I wasn't really interested in swimming from the get-go because to me it was just a circus. I mean, imagine like you're a little kid, little toddler, and you're dragged to this loud, echoey environment where kids are crying and people are running around frantic and splashing. It's like being on, you know, going on your first roller coaster for the first time. It's like this is supposed. Some people think of it as excitement, or other people see it as torture. I saw it as torture. So I didn't really like swimming, and I didn't like my teacher, and I didn't like the way I was treated, and didn't learn anything. And from then on, I didn't really like swimming. I didn't like being water. But I'll tell you one thing: I did like taking baths when I was a little kid. I don't know why, but I just loved being in bubble baths for some reason. And to this day, I still like being in the hot tub and relaxing and chilling. But yeah. I was always scared of the water, not good. I didn't have any good teachers teaching me anything, and that's why I struggled a lot. And you know, I was always repeating levels when I was a kid. So I thought, like, what the hell is this all about? I mean, like, what's the point of being in the water? And then, you know, later on, my mom told me that she almost drowned when she was a kid, and she never learned how to swim. And a lifeguard pulled her out, and she thought that was pretty cool. And got her attention. Every day she kept revisiting the pool, trying to meet that lifeguard who saved her because he was a young guy. And yeah, so I was like, yeah, I can pick up chicks being a lifeguard. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I did it for the girls. Okay, that's the answer I can give you. And that's why I stuck with it. I don't know. I'm good at it now, and I like teaching. So, was good from Florida. Hey, Florida. Hey, how's it going in Florida? By the way, I mean, what's the weather like over there? I mean, it's still hot here in Vancouver, but let me know what's going on in Florida. Sarita S. What's the best way to build endurance in the pool? What workout should I do? Right now, I can only do maybe 2 25-meter laps, stopping a little in between. My goal is to do continuous laps. Okay, good question. Okay. Now, first of all, let me break down the pool for you, okay? You know, when you go to the pool, you see these people. They go back and forth, okay? Side to side, okay? And, like, what is the goal? You're wondering. Like, what is the ultimate goal of going back and forth, side to side? There's only two reasons. There's only two things, two goals. One is to build your endurance. The other is to build just your strength. Okay? What I mean by strength is it's kind of like when you're on a treadmill, you have only two settings. You have endurance, or you can go all out power. Okay? When you have endurance, it's usually you set the speed at something like around 4 or 5 on the treadmill, and you just jog for like an hour. All right, that's endurance. Okay, that's one form on the treadmill. The second form is just sprinting all out. Okay, what I mean by sprinting, I mean like setting the speed of the treadmill to maximum, like 10, and then you're just running like crazy until your lactic acid builds up and you just can't take it anymore. You just stop. You know, you can raise the height of the treadmill if you want, the difficulty, but then the speed and all that. But sooner or later, you're going to give out. Your body's going to give in. It's just like, okay, I'm done. Whew, right? And that's going to last, I don't know, 5 to maybe 15 minutes at most, right? Sprinting at your hardest, I'm talking about. Okay, so there's only 2 modes you can do in swimming. And most of the time when you go to the pool, you see people doing the first one, the endurance. How do they do endurance? They go at a really slow speed. And that's why I say most of the swimmers, they look like zombies, because instead of doing like around 4 or 5 in the treadmill, they're going like a level 1 to me. They're not putting enough effort. So endurance, it is a good goal to achieve. I mean, yesterday I was in the pool. I was talking to this competitive swimmer kid, young kid, and I asked him, what do you usually, how many laps do you usually do? He says, oh, I do about 5 miles. I said, how many laps, 25-meter laps, is 5 miles? He says, 200 laps. So, his goal, he hasn't reached it yet, but his goal is to reach 200 laps per session, or per day. Okay, split it up into 2 sessions, in the morning and evening if you want. But 200 laps. Imagine doing 100 laps, back and forth, 25-meter pool. My God. And the speed he was going was around 4 or 5. It's pretty slow, relaxed. He wasn't tensed. He wasn't exerting a lot of energy. He was just going at a really moderate, light jogging pace. And I can see myself doing that, what he does as well. I mean, what he was doing was, yeah, it's attainable. But to me, it's boring. Being on a treadmill for an hour is boring. Even if I have a TV in front of me watching TV, it's just so boring. I don't want to be in the pool doing 100 laps at a level 4 or 5. I'd rather shorten the time, go like level 10. So that means, for me, level 10 is just do a butterfly until I get exhausted. And then break it down to front crawl. And then when I get exhausted from front crawl, then I break it down to the slowest stroke, which is breaststroke, until I get tired. So that to me is just sprinting, going all out. All right. But I've been playing around with endurance lately. All right. Just seeing how far I can go with endurance instead. It's not fun. Okay. When you're, trust me. Okay. Coming from a sprinter's perspective, if you sprint a lot, you'll find jogging or marathon running really boring. Okay, it's not fun. Even if some people they have like waterproof ear pods on, they listen to music while they do their endurance, like an hour or two, or however long it takes them to reach 200 laps. It's really boring. And that kid was really bored. If you saw his face, he was like, yeah, I'm doing 200 laps. I'm like, oh God, good luck. You're going to be here all day. And he wasn't doing 200 laps like nonstop. He took breaks, right? He just like, he paced himself, like I said. And he would take time, he would take breaks, and he would like just grab a kickboard and kick. And just like go slow. But to me, that's just so boring. I mean, my time is precious. So I want to get in and out of the water as fast as possible, get my workout, burn my calories, build up my lactic acid. Boom, I'm out of here. It's like those guys that go to the gym. They spend about like 3.5 hours in the gym, like lifting. That's just so unnecessary. I'd rather just... And I used to be one of those lifters, actually. Spend 3.5 hours in the gym. That was just so unproductive. After the first hour passes, you're just so unproductive. You're chit-chatting with everyone, and you're just shooting the shit, and you're just watching TV or the sports game. It's really unproductive. So for me, 45 minutes is enough to get a good workout in the gym, in and out, right, in total. Same with the pool. About 45 minutes is a good workout for me. But I got to stretch it longer because I got to film stuff for you guys in the pool. And by the way, the funny thing you don't know about me is that I've been kicked out of so many pools. You can't believe. I've gotten into fights and disputes, and just because they don't like me filming, or they don't like me teaching in their pool. So I've been confronted by so many pool managers or lifeguards saying, you can't film here, you can't teach here, you gotta leave. And I'm a paying customer. My students pay to get in to use your facility, just like me. And you're kicking us out? You won't believe, you won't imagine how many times I've been kicked out of pools. I am probably on a blacklist here in Vancouver when it comes to teaching in pools or filming. So it gets harder and harder to, make videos or teach, unless it's the right setting. And usually where do I teach? I usually teach like at private condo pools. Some of my students, they live in condos and they have okay pools. They're not great, like 15 meters, but what I'm saying is a struggle. If you're a swim instructor, I feel for you. I know what you're going through. It's a personal battle. Same with personal trainers, right? Gyms, they don't like you doing business in their gyms, which I get. I mean, it's their facility. They pay the rent. They pay the bills. But again, if you're a paying customer and your client is a paying customer, I mean, you got to let some shit slide. I mean, we're not here to film everybody in your pool or expose everybody or talk shit about your pool or gym. And by the way, I've worked as a personal trainer in gyms. I've worked as a lifeguard in pools for many, many years. I know both sides of the story. But this is just some of the politics that I have to deal with on a daily basis. Okay, so just to let you know. That kid has a great set of lungs. Thank you. Shahed Shwiti. Thank you. Seng Vang. Hi, Justin. Hi. He is off on a tangent. Yes, I know. I am off on a tangent. But I did answer your question. Why did I start swimming? Sarita S. Lo, I think sprinting is more fun too. But I don't want to have to catch my breath for 3 minutes before each lap. I agree. Again, you got to look at your surroundings. When you're in a pool, most people are there for endurance, okay? Not everybody's there to sprint, okay? Not everybody is trying to go as fast as possible for just 25 meters or one lap, okay? I'm an exception, okay? I'm the one that's like pushing it as hard as I can. Most swimmers, they'll tell you that when you're in the water, you have to think light and soft. It's the complete opposite of being in the gym, where you have to think hard and slow. So bodybuilding and swimming are completely different worlds, and I know both worlds very, very, very clearly. And trying to be in both worlds at the same time is really hard. It's really hard. It's not a good marriage for me because I know I'm muscular. Okay, I have too much muscle. It's not an advantage for me when I'm in the pool or when I'm in the water, okay? There's no advantages to having big muscles. When I look at competitive swimmers, they're all skinny, right? They barely have any muscles on them. They barely work out in the gym. It's all just, yeah, repetition, endurance for them. And they know that speed, lightness, and quickness, that's swimming. Slow, concentrated, hard, heavy reps, that's the gym. And usually muscle guys that try to swim, they try to apply that principle in the water. It doesn't work out very well, and they collapse after one lap or 125 meters, and they're like, it's like, why is this so hard? It's like, you got to think light and relax. This word I say a lot to many of my students. Relax. Stop tensing your neck. Stop tensing your arm. Stop tensing your throat and everything. I can see the tenseness. Like, you can see their muscles like tensing up. So yeah, there you go. Jeff Sprinkle, what kind of mic are you using? This mic right here. This is an Apogee mic. Okay, so just YouTube it. Apogee mic. I saw it a few years ago on YouTube. I saw this guy. He was recording his acoustic guitar and voice with this Apogee mic and his iPhone. I was like, oh, cool. I don't have to buy a preamp. I don't have to buy this and that all this extra gear with me, and I gotta travel with it. No, I could just travel with this guy and my MacBook Pro. Hey, I'm sold. That's why I picked it up, and it's pretty good so far. I use this, and I also use an H4n. Okay, so this is what I use mostly for most of my videos that you're listening to. So I record it. I just put it in the corner, and I hit record, and I hit the record on the camera, and I clap my hands. Ha! And then, yeah, this is the audio that you're hearing most of the time. H4n. It's great. It's a great audio recorder, and it's very affordable. You don't need to upgrade to higher ones. Please, Oppa tells me what? Koreka what? Tell you what? King Ernie Thursday tonight. Hi, do you even find swimming fun, or do you do it for a workout? Okay, good question. Do I find swimming fun? It's like saying to someone, do you find the gym fun? Most people would say the gym is not fun because, you know, most people don't want to be in the gym. You know, they have to do it. It's like a chore. But for me, I find the gym and the pool to be just a very good place to experiment. You know, it's a very experimental ground. And I do it for social aspects too. You would be surprised that most people won't tell you this. This is the truth about swimming. Swimming is introspective. How could I introspector? Yeah. Introvert. Okay. That's what I wanted to say. Swimming is a very introverted sport. I mean, think about it. It's just you in the water, sloshing in your ears, blowing water out. I mean, sure, you can team up with 3 other guys to do a relay, but in the end, it's just you in the water. That's it. You in the water alone. You can't listen to anybody unless you put like earphones and a microphone if you want to talk to anyone else. But most of the time, people in the pool, they don't talk to each other. They just like, they do their drills, and it's like getting on the bus, actually. It does feel like getting on the bus, actually. You know, because you're like, okay, someone gets in my lane. Oh, fuck. Like, he's in my personal space. Now I got to watch out for this guy. Maybe he doesn't swim so good. Oh, no, this woman's going to enter my lane. Oh, great. Okay, I got to watch out for her swimming. She might kick me in the ribs. I've been kicked in the ribs, by the way, by other swimmers. You don't know this, but, like, here's what happens. Like, sometimes the lanes in the pool are not as wide as you think they are. And sometimes, just like driving, when the lanes are very narrow, oncoming traffic will just skin you. And I've been whip kicked in the ribs by someone. And ever since that, I've been very mindful of people that swim in my lane, because, you know, I want to go all power, and the only way to go all power is to look straight down. Right? The optimal setting for your neck should be relaxed like this. And the way to do that is to look down when you're doing front crawl. But if there's other people swimming in your lane, like for example behind you or coming at you, right, passing by, you got to be mindful of where they are at all times, because just one little mistake and they whip kick you in the arm or elbow or in the ribs or knees, and sorry and all that. That's why, yeah, swimming is like being on the bus. You don't really like being with the people that you're around, and nobody really talks to each other except me. I talk to people all the time. So yeah, most of the swimmers that you'll see in your local pool, they're all in their head. They're all thinking about the next drill they have to do, the next set. Same with the gym, actually. They're all in their earphones, or they're talking to their friends, their cliques. They're all in their own heads. Like, they're all conscious. And this is not just fat people in the gym, okay? I talk to all kinds of people in the gym. Very fit people, powerlifters, weightlifters, calisthenics guys, just regular people trying to lose weight. Everybody is self-conscious when they're at the gym. They're all thinking the same thing, like, oh my god, everyone's looking at me, or oh, do I look good, or oh, she's hot, or oh, do I look fat on this walker? Everybody is self-conscious in the gym. They're all thinking the same thing. It just takes one person to break the ice. That's usually me. So if I find someone interesting, then I'll just chat with them in the gym or in the pool. Yeah, I mean, since we see each other all the time, I mean, might as well. Why do you have to stick to your own little clique or group of friends all the time when you're at the gym or pool? When are you going to upload another death workout video? See, here's what happened. I filmed a lot of my workouts in Thailand and Malaysia, but the footage didn't turn out well. Actually, it looked kind of boring. That's why I scrapped them. I mean, it wasn't that fun for me to review and look at it. It's just me doing my daily workout. It's nothing interesting. If I have something flashy, maybe I would upload it. But, I did upload one workout I did in Bangkok in the park. I met this really ripped guy, and I filmed him working out with me. So you can see that one. But most of my workouts, yeah, they're just not that interesting to me. I mean, most fitness YouTubers, I think they're really boring. I mean, when you see their workouts, like Conor Murphy, or I don't know, Bradley Martin, or Clarence Kennedy, Omar Isuf, or what was it, Barbell Brigade? I mean, I've seen their videos, and I only need to watch one. And after that, it's just repetition. It's just the same deadlift, same squat, same bench press. There's nothing fun to it. I mean, it's not that interesting to me, fitness-wise. What is interesting is just talking about something. Like for example, let's talk about the topic on steroids. I mean, what's my take? Or, it's just something that, people be interested in talking about, right? That's the only thing I can think about when it comes to fitness. And watching highlight videos like NJ Street Workout, calisthenics highlights, like, oh, that's really cool. I can try to do that, right? But yeah, after I watch one, I feel like I've seen them all. Sage Rocker 557, what inspired you to start playing guitar? I started with piano first, okay? And by the way, this is what I'm doing right now, okay? This exercise right now that you're seeing me doing, this took me like 3 months of just doing, just to get about a few seconds worth of that. That's how hard it is to do this movement here. You need a lot of muscle development to do this accurately, and it's really hard. So that goes to show you like how hard it is to just do the work every day, just build the muscle, right? It'll come when it comes, and it may take a year, 2 years from now, but hey, I'm patient. I gotta wait until I get that endurance. And that's what I'm working on. I've been working on it for about 3 months. This drill right here. My God, that's all I do every day is fidget like this. See my muscles twitching? That's what I do every day, just to develop the strength. What country are you in? Canada. Darwin C. Would you play while my guitar gently weeps? Have you ever had any embarrassing moments in the pool? Yeah, I did. It was not embarrassing, it was funny actually. It was a really stupid teacher. She, okay, this is when I was in elementary school and I sucked at swimming. So this, the swimming teacher, we were a group of 10 students. And the swimming teacher said, okay, kids, put on the life jackets. Okay, so as kids, we put on the life jackets. Okay, kids, get in the water. And so we all jumped in the water. So, okay, kids, everybody grab each other side to side and make a circle. So we all grabbed each other side to side, like we were all hugging, like making a circle like this. Okay, so we're linking arms. And everybody relax and hold it for 5 minutes. It was just so fucking awkward. We're all anxious. We all feel like we're dying. You know, we're like the survivors of the Titanic, freaking out, and we gotta look at each other in a ring for 5 minutes. And she was testing our treading, our survival skills, or whatever bullshit, right? So we're all locking arms, and some of us have panic on our faces, like, oh fuck, I'm gonna shit my pants. Some kids were like, what the fuck? Why are we doing this? Oh, this is so stupid, right? And then for me, I kept spitting. Because I didn't know, I was scared of the water being in my mouth, so I would spit. But my spit was so hard that my spit flew across the room to the person on the other side of the ring, and I was spitting at this girl. And she was hitting her smack in the face, and she's like, stop spitting at me! And I was doing that for about 5 minutes, spitting on her. That was the funniest and the dumbest exercise we ever had to do. And I was like, what was the point of that? Like, why? I'm not gonna lock arms with strangers if I'm stranded in the ocean with a life jacket. Forget that. No way. When you're stranded in the ocean and there's people who can't swim, do not grab another human being. Never grab another human being, even if they are a child. You know why? Because when they're scared and they see you swimming towards them, they're going to grab onto you and they're going to pull you down and they're going to try to get their head up, right? Just like in Titanic, right? Those people that didn't know how to swim, they grabbed the person that was close to them and they dunked their head so they can come up. That's just a reflex. I mean, you can't reason with people who are freaking out in the water, drowning. No, it's survival over death. And it doesn't matter what you say to them. Sir, calm down, sir. Sir, calm down. Even if I'm a lifeguard, I am not going in the water to rescue anybody that's freaking out. No, that's not the first attempt. What I would do, and what I recommend for you guys, is to grab a flotation device and throw it to them and say, swim, kick, swim, kick, kick, keep kicking. Make them do the work. All right? Make the flotation device do the work. All right? Never risk yourself. I know it looks chivalrous. You see it in the movies. Don't do it. Okay? Don't. The only time you do go in the water and pull them out is when they're unconscious. When they're unconscious, it's safe for you. You got to think about yourself first. You got to rescue yourself first. You go into the water, they'll grab you, they'll pull you down, they'll do whatever it takes to get their head up. And I've seen it, and you wouldn't imagine how strong people get when they get scared. Like little kids, like elementary school kids, they'll have the power of an elephant to pull you down. And that's what most people don't realize, okay? Don't be a fool. Throw a flotation device. And you see most lifeguards at the beach, they have like these large flotation devices they're holding onto. They're using it for a reason. They throw it at anyone who's drowning or can't swim. Grab onto this, sir. Grab on. That's what I would do, okay? So, there you go. Try say Abu Halala. Abu Halala. When you're in the pool, what do you think and what you feel in this moment? When I'm in the pool, okay, so when you're in the pool, it's just you're in a state of mind. Like when you're on, like, okay, it's it's just like anything, right, that you do on a continuous basis. You're in a zone. Okay? If I'm doing this, right? I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just in the zone. I'm just locked in. I'm focused. I'm not worried about 3, 4, no, I'm not thinking about that. Just breathing. Relaxing. Alright? Same with swimming. Same with running. Same with doing your taxes. You're just focused. You're in the zone, okay? You just do it. Most swimmers, I ask them, what do you think about, when you're doing 5 miles, 200 laps? I'm like, not much. They're just bored out of their minds. It's like you on the treadmill. What do you think about? I don't know. Not much. You just look at the TV and you just jog. Oh, like sports, news, drama, jog. Oh God, it's 60 minutes up. The same feeling. Play the AOT up on guitar. What's the AOT? What are the best waterproof earphones or headphones for swimming laps? Anything under $100? I don't really use any of that stuff when I'm swimming. All right, so just like when I'm in the gym, I don't wear earphones when I'm in the gym. I mean, I'm just in the zone. Okay, so I'm just doing my workout. I'm listening to everything around me. I'm just being in the now, in the present. Most people, like, when they work out, they got their Beats by Dre headphones on. Like, some swimmers, they got the headphones on. They're just completely oblivious to what's present in the moment right now. What's happening in the moment right now is that somebody's working out beside you. Somebody is doing this kind of stroke. Over there, somebody is trying to attempt a deadlift. I just scope the environment, okay? When you're in a club, do you just look at your smartphone? Or do you just pay attention to the environment around you? Like, it's just so much stimulus, to observe, That guy looks nervous. She looks hot. That guy's a bouncer. That guy, blah, 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 whatever. The point is, be in the now. That's what I'm saying, right? And music, I don't know. When you listen to music, it should be not in the gym or in the water, in my opinion, okay? That's just my personal taste, okay? I like being in the now. And the only way I can be in the now, observe the people around me, is by not being distracted. And music distracts me. So I met this really cool kid yesterday. He was doing just non-stop laps. And the only way I figured it out was just paying attention to him, right? And if I had earphones on, I would not pay attention to that. Sup, muscle man? Yes, I should show you my abs. There you go. Got my six-pack. I'm pretty much the only guy with a six-pack in the pool, by the way. Fishing with cake of poop. It's 10:20 in Minnesota. Oh, Minnesota. What are you doing in Minnesota? How to properly exchange breath while doing freestyle and butterfly. Breath, exchange breath. So first of all, when you do freestyle, or when I say front crawl, and butterfly, it's completely different rhythms. All right. So usually the pattern for freestyle or front crawl is 1, 2, 3, breathe. 1, 2, 3, breathe. 1, 2, 3. So like 1, 2, 3, breathe. 1, 2, 3, breathe. Right? You breathe on both sides for balance. Some people don't do that. Some people do 1, 2, breathe. 1, 2, breathe. They just breathe on one side, and just that creates an imbalance, and they just go dependent on one side. I mean, it's like you lifting dumbbells with just one arm, your right arm all the time, and your left arm is undeveloped. So it's very important to have a balance, in my opinion. Okay, breathe on both sides, both angles. Okay, butterfly, on the other hand, is just one direction. You look this way, and that's it. You come up from breath this way. Okay, so you don't need to create a balance when you're breathing. And the breath is completely different because, again, you're pushing your body a little bit harder when you do butterfly. Okay, you gotta get that jolt of energy to flip you out of the water. Right? Compared to freestyle, is your body's already in the water and it doesn't need to come out anymore. Okay, so yeah. So in a nutshell, front crawl is like this. This is you. front crawl. Right? So the water is right here on the surface. This is you exchanging left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. When you're doing butterfly, you're going in, out, in, out. So if this is the water right here, you're going in, out, in, out, in, out. All right? Just like a horse galloping, I call it. Or a snake. Okay? This requires a lot more energy and muscles, in my opinion, right? A lot of more coordination to do this with your hips and your arms. Versus front crawl, this is easy. You just swivel to the side. Okay, so completely different worlds. 11:23 p.m. in Florida. Cool. It's 11:22 in Indiana, where I live. Cool. What's Indiana like? 5:23 a.m. where I live. 5:23 a.m. What are you doing up so late? 8:24 California. Oh, Attack on Titan. I've never watched Attack on Titan actually. I just don't find it interesting to me personally. I like watching One Punch Man, and I'm waiting for One Punch Man season 2. But other than that, I don't really watch anime. Okay, so yeah. Have you been thinking on making any new music lately? Case the Wolf. Yes. I have so much music catalog built up over the years. The problem is time and money. You need both in order to do music. Okay? You need, first of all, you need money to record your songs, hire a producer, like record it professionally. What is what I'm saying? You need to rent a studio. You need to maybe hire a drummer. You gotta hire a mixer, a masterer, mastering. You gotta hire a videographer to film your music video. I did all of that. And if you could do it yourself, that's great, but I can't, right? I'm not, yeah, what is it? Yeah, I can't do all of that. It just requires too much energy on my part. And I would probably like pump out like one music video every 2 months. It requires a lot of work, and so you need to raise money, whether it's crowdfunding or your own money, in order to make the music happen. All right, and the payoff is not always that great, and the return is not always that great. I mean, who buys like songs or these days? I mean, you can just download it for free easily. You gotta sell your music when you do your live shows, so that involves you performing or going on tour, and that requires more money because you got to pay for accommodations, you got to pay for food, you got to pay for marketing, you got see what I mean? You mean you got to pay for maybe session musicians to back you up. I did all of that. I did the whole round table of that, and I spent a lot of money. It requires a lot of money. So if you have two choices, you can either sign with the music label and they will finance and take care of all these other things for you, or you can spend your own money on these things and get it done. Now, most musicians aren't rich, they don't have deep pockets, or they don't have the finances to do this. So most musicians, they think the only way I can get my music out there is if I sign with a major label. And that's not true. Okay, so yeah, every producer I spoke to, they say the same thing to me. Like, make sure you have a financer. Make sure you have someone financing your music. Paying for things. It makes things a lot easier. Because if you're poor and you're doing everything by yourself, it's gonna take forever. It's gonna take a long time, and it's not worth it. The energy. Thoughts on egocentric people? What do you mean by egocentric? Like, egocentric, like, I have a thought on arrogant people. Like, for example, every time I drive to the gym, I have one thing in mind. I want to get from A to B safely. I don't want to die or take unnecessary risks. So what do? I drive at a moderate speed on the road. I don't swerve in and out of lanes violently like some drivers I notice. when another car is approaching me, I turn off my high beams so that I don't blind the other driver. You know, he might swerve into me. When I'm on a very, very narrow bridge and the maximum speed says 50, I make sure that I stay on 50, because one mistake and boom, I crash and I fall into the river with my car. But most drivers, they don't think about that, you know? And I'm not talking about just here in Vancouver. I mean, there's a lot of bad drivers everywhere around the world. I've driven in Korea, and my God, they drive like it's a video game, like it's Grand Theft Auto. Like I can see I'm on the highway and I'm going like the max, like 120, and I see like minivans whoosh, cutting me off, and they're definitely going much faster than 120. They're like 100, 170, 190. I mean, like, why take that kind of risk? I mean, the people in your vehicle, who are they? Your wife, your kids? Who's the driver? It's usually the husband that wants to get their family home faster, you know, save them 30 minutes. But to me, that's just such an unnecessary risk. So if you were ever living as an expat in Asia, whether it's Korea, I don't know, China, Japan, whatever, yeah, be careful. It's a totally different driving world over there. It's all about aggressive driving. Right? Whoever is the most aggressive wins. Whereas, I don't know, when I was going through driving school, we were taught to be defensive drivers, you know? The only person you need to watch out for is everyone else, not you. I'm fine. I don't have to worry about myself. If I had the highway to myself, I wouldn't do anything crazy. But it's everybody around me on the road that's going nuts, skinning me by, cutting me off, or just flashing the high beams, not obeying the speeds, just taking these unnecessary risks. So I can't stand arrogant drivers like that. They just have no respect, and they just don't know how much of a risk that they're taking, especially if there's other passengers in their car. Why are they gambling with their lives? And there are a lot of deaths. There are a lot of car accidents in Vancouver on the highway. So, yeah, slow down. You'll get from A to B. You'll know more. No worries. You don't have to like drive like it's your last drive to the death. You know what I mean? So, Sang Vang, bye. Sage Rocker 55. Indiana's cool. I live close to the city and I started college. Your guitar videos are awesome. I recently started taking lessons every week. Aha. Okay. By the way, my online guitar course is almost finished. Okay. I'm almost wrapping up the editing part, and now I gotta assemble the course and like put it on a site and all that. So a few more weeks and it'll be up, and I will put it up for sale, and I will promote it on this channel for you guys. Okay. What's your go-to restaurant in the general Vancouver area? I don't really go to restaurants. I cook at home. I find that wherever I eat, I'm not getting enough nutrition. What was it? McDonald's, Subway, or Cactus Club? All of it, all that I see is just carbs and just like fats and too much sugar, too much lard, too much butter. It's just like the cooks, they just overdose it with salt. So I cook all of my food, and I know what goes into every one of my meals. So when I'm out eating, it's kind of hard. You know, even in like other countries like Thailand or Malaysia, like the food, I know it looks healthy, it tastes great, but the oils they use are just really not good, and they put you to sleep. And usually that's not a good sign. That means there's something wrong with the food. You know, if it conks you out after you've eaten it. But yeah, you know, I practice restraint. So again, goes back to the pleasure purpose syndrome. Most of the people eat for pleasure. Not many people eat for purpose. A dog eats for purpose. Dogs eat dog food. Dogs don't eat ice cream or, you know, like fruit sorbets and pizzas every day. No, that's just, you know what, that's bad for them. You know, they're going to die or get sick really easily. So why do we treat humans differently? We know that eating ice cream every day is not good for you. We know that frappuccinos, this amount of dairy products is not good for you. Why do it? So sometimes I think dogs eat much healthier than most North Americans or most humans on this planet, in my opinion. So, yeah. I know it's late, so yeah, go to sleep if you have to. Sashimi? I like sashimi. Sashimi's good. For me, I love swimming. Good. Do the One Punch Man OP on guitar. Do you visit any Arabic countries before? No, but there are a lot of Arabic people in Vancouver. Every gym I go to, there's people speaking in Arabic for some reason. And yeah, they're all like, you know, it's usually 2 or 3 guys together, and they're usually like meatheads, and they're shouting in something in Arabic. And they're funny to talk to, by the way, you know. And one guy I joke with a lot, because he has a wife and not in Canada, and I was surprised he was married. He's such a young guy, and he had an arranged marriage. You know, you wouldn't suspect him though. He looked like a regular guy, and he's like, I have an arranged marriage. I have a wife back home, and I'm like, really? Like, Jesus. And he showed me the pictures on his iPhone, and I was like, whoa, really? Jeez. Oh, okay, cool, good for you. Anyway, so there you go. I meet a lot of Arabic people. I meet a lot of Indian people. I meet a lot of Chinese people. I meet a lot of Korean people here. I meet a lot of white people. I meet a lot of more black people are coming up in Vancouver for some reason. But the only group of people that I don't get to meet are Mexican people. You know, in the United States, you have a lot of Mexican people, but in Vancouver, there's hardly ever any Mexican people here. The closest nationality would be Brazilians, and they're all like international students, you know, studying ESL. That's like the biggest Latin group that I see or notice here in Vancouver is Brazilians, but Mexicans, no, I haven't very rarely met a Mexican person. So if you're Mexican in Vancouver, come meet me. Latoya, what age did you learn how to swim? I learned very young, so I was probably around 7. Yeah, around 7 or 8 was my first time I entered the pool as a little kid. Scared as hell. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. The teacher was horrible and dunked my head, drowned me actually. I was scared for many years, and I thought I would never become what I am now. Ironically, I'm a swim teacher or swim coach, and I help other people overcome their fears. And you know, you'd be surprised who my students are. They're just like 40 years old, 50 years old, and I'm afraid of swimming. It's like, okay, well, you can either keep being afraid or you can face your fears, or you can just live the way you always lived. Which one do you want? Okay, so usually they choose to fight their fears. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up this live stream because my throat's getting pretty dry and it's really hot and humid still in Vancouver. But again, I'll be doing this every week, so don't worry if you missed this one. I'll be back again live next week with another live stream, so save your questions or comments for me and I'll do my best to answer them. I know I go into story mode or I dabble on a lot, but that's just me having fun and trying to do my best to answer all your questions. And I know I can't give everybody equal amount of attention. I apologize, okay? So please be patient, keep typing away, and I'll do my best next time, okay? So that's it for now. I'm going to say bye. So